Your uterus, literally you are giving the uterus as a 5-star hotel to your baby, is made up of protein. Protein is literally the building blocks of human life. If you are 20 weeks or less pregnant, this is one nutrition practice I highly recommend you consider prioritizing. After the half point in pregnancy, your protein needs substantially increases from the pre-pregnancy needs to now the second trimester needs, leading up to the third trimester, and for your reserve for the postpartum stage. For most women, this means your needs goes up to 30 grams of protein per meal, especially during breakfast. Whilst protein is crucial for the growth of your baby, it is even more crucial for blood sugar regulation and hormonal balance, and generally to keep you being a human, like a standing human. Literally, that's what protein's job is. So now let's talk about why you need protein and how to make sure you are getting enough. Protein is literally the building blocks of human life. Your entire body, from cells to organs to tissues, hormones to enzymes, all contain protein. Your baby in their tiniest cellular form, also called the embryo, being fashioned in your uterus. Every cell in the body is made up of protein. By the way, your uterus, literally you are giving the uterus as a 5-star hotel to your baby, is made up of protein. As you can imagine, there are a lot of new cells being created during pregnancy, which makes protein an absolute necessity to supply your growing baby and your growing uterus with the raw materials to carry out the job of growing a brand new human effectively. Your body needs a constant and regular supply of protein to make, repair, and replace itself. And did you know that your body stores fat and carbohydrates, not protein? Protein are broken down by the body into individual amino acids first, and then used in different functions by your body and that of your baby. There are 20 standard amino acids. Some foods contain all the 20, which makes up the complete protein. These are mostly found in animal foods. Some foods contain a fraction of the amino acids, which are called incomplete protein and are found in plant-based foods mostly. Protein is important during pregnancy and after pregnancy, and also during the birth process. The reality is, it can be really hard to eat enough protein during the day, especially if you are not feeling great in the first trimester or your hands are full in the postpartum period. For me personally, I couldn't do meat and eggs for the chunk of my first trimester and a little bit into my second trimester, especially if the meal is hot. I couldn't do it. Thankfully, in my postpartum, my mom was there and she served me the most delicious and nourishing soups that helped and supported my recovery and my milk supply, which I'm so thankful for every day when I look at my girls. For most of the women that I work with, they don't have that. And that contributes to lack of energy during postpartum, sleep issues during both pregnancy and postpartum, and anxiety. Everything is connected. That's why I'm so passionate about sharing protein-rich recipes for pregnancy and postpartum, and it's all in my video tabs. If you're interested, please go on my video tab and click any of the videos and watch and get the recipes for yourself. Conventionally, estimated average protein requirement is 0.8 grams per kilograms of body weight for the first trimester, 1.1 grams per kilograms of body weight for the second and third trimester, which means for the average 140 pounds woman, her protein requirement, whether or not she is pregnant, is 50 and 70 grams respectively, which I think is pretty low. However, current recommendation estimate 1.22 grams per kilograms body weight. Take home message here is that your body's demand for protein increases as your pregnancy progresses. If you are interested in calculating your protein need, let's calculate it together. I'm gonna leave it on the screen and then show you how. So basically, if you are calculating your protein needs in kilograms, it's gonna be 0.88 times your weight in kilograms. If you are converting it into pounds, it's going to be 0.88 kilograms divided by 2.2. That is the equivalent of pounds, and whatever you get, you multiply it by your weight in pounds, and that is going to give you the average amount of protein that you need for the day. Ideally, most women require about 80 to 100 grams of protein during pregnancy. Good quality protein are minimally processed and are from high quality sources, mainly from grass-fed, free-range, organic where possible. It is important to choose not only halal, Zabiha certified products, but tayyib and wholesome foods. I think choosing just halal and not paying attention to whether or not the food is tayyib is not very smart. The Prophet, peace be upon him, emphasized on this, and the Quran also mentions that. So all the talk about grass-fed, organic, cage-free is not just a trend. It is one of the processes involved in choosing wholesome and halal food that nourishes the body, which is an amana, and a trust from Allah that will be asked how we nourished it. So how do you meet your protein needs? It is important to get protein, yes, but sometimes it's hard, like I said earlier. Remember, amino acids cannot be stored in our body like carbohydrates and fat. So we need to eat consistent amounts of protein in order to get enough. So to make sure you are getting enough or you are meeting your protein needs, you don't have to track your protein intake. All you can do is to make sure that you are eating enough of what you're supposed to be eating during the day. Any effort you put into nourishing yourself and focusing on protein is very supportive. There will be times that it feels very hard, that you really don't want to eat enough of what you're supposed to be eating. And let me tell you, yes, pregnancy can be tricky at that. There will be times that it's going to feel hard, if not impossible, to get in enough protein. That's okay. You cannot help that. You're going to do what is in your control and leave the rest for your body to take charge. You cannot help that, especially if you're going through nausea, morning sickness, vomiting, feeling sick all day, food aversion, exhaustion, fatigue, which are all normal part of pregnancy. So 1 or 2 days of limited amount of protein intake is okay. You're doing your best. So which foods have protein? Some of my favorite sources of quality high protein foods are lamb, eggs, fish and seafood, organ meat, nut, seeds, butter, nut butter, beef, chicken. Now becoming one of my favorite is homemade bone broth. I have a video that I have shared. I'll also link it in the description box below, or you can check my video tab to get it. I actually made that bone broth to be a soup, not actually a bone broth. So you can check it out. And remember, stock also checks the box. Beans and legumes are also great. And not to forget quinoa, tofu, Greek yogurt, mackerel, oysters, and salmon. Powdered collagen is also great for upping your protein and maximizing the benefit that collagen can provide. My favorite brands are Great Lake Collagen and Vital Protein. And as always, link is in the description box if you're interested to get one for yourself. One of the reasons why I highly recommend collagen is because of the high amount of glycine in it. Glycine is the most abundant amino acid in collagen. And collagen in turn is the most abundant protein in the human body. Glycine is conditionally essential during pregnancy, which means we cannot get it in any way or form unless we eat foods that contain glycine. You must obtain it through your diet to provide enough to support the growth of your baby. Else is also supporting your own stretching body, stretching skin, growing uterus, the placenta, and to help your circulatory system adapt to the demands of pregnancy. All of this information, I got it from books and also research articles. So I'm going to link all the links in the description box below if you are interested in cross-checking and finding out more information. One of my favorite books that I have also recommended to a lot of my clients and a lot of women is The Real Food for Pregnancy. I am going to also link it in the description box below. That book is packed with information. If you are interested in learning a lot about nutrition during pregnancy, get one for yourself. You may be asking if you can use protein powders during pregnancy. My take on protein powders is in the middle. If you are able to cross-check and find out your protein powder is third-party tested, doesn't have any hidden herbs or any hidden ingredients in it that would not interfere with pregnancy, especially during the early weeks of pregnancy, then yes, I would say yes, go for it. Other than that, a lot of the protein powders on the market contain hidden herbs that are not safe during pregnancy. And I'm actually going to make a video very soon regarding protein powders and collagen powders, and then also help you to navigate if you are making that choice. Protein foods are naturally filling, which makes them great for stabilizing your blood sugar, and this is very helpful to keep in mind if you are constantly having headaches, low energy, and frequently having hunger pangs and cravings. That's all for now. I hope you have benefited from this video. You feel more empowered and even more confident in understanding on how to meet your protein needs during pregnancy and postpartum. I have also created a free protein guide for pregnancy that you can download, and it's in the description box below. Consider subscribing if you have not subscribed yet. Please don't forget to hit the like button as well, as that helps to push the video even further to other mamas who need it the most. Do check out this video or that video, I'm not sure where the link goes, and keep watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Be in the best of health and iman.